What if I told you there is a place in the world where people never feel like they are done with life, and where getting old doesn't mean getting weak, lonely, or useless? Where people don't retire from life, they simply change how they live it. Where money is not the center of everything, and happiness is not something they chase, but something they live every single day. That place exists. It is in Japan. And the secret they follow is called Ikigai. A simple word, but it holds a powerful truth. Your reason to wake up every morning. This is not just a book. This is a map to a longer, calmer, and more meaningful life. Let's begin the journey. Chapter 1. Ikigai, the reason you wake up. There is a small village in Japan where time feels different. People don't talk about retirement like the rest of the world does, because here, getting old doesn't mean stepping away from life, it means stepping deeper into it. You will see something unusual. Elderly people wake up early in the morning, not because an alarm forces them, but because life is waiting for them. They walk into their gardens, touch the soil, grow vegetables, and take care of small daily responsibilities. They meet friends, they talk, they laugh. Everything they do feels slow, calm, and intentional. No rush, no pressure, no competition with time. They move as if they are in harmony with life itself. And behind this peaceful lifestyle, there is one powerful idea guiding everything. It is called Ikigai, a reason to wake up every morning. For them, life is not about stopping work one day and becoming empty. Life is about continuing meaningful activity in any form for as long as they can breathe, because staying active keeps both the body and mind alive. They don't rush through life chasing everything at once. Instead, they slow down, reduce stress, and truly experience each moment with calm awareness. Even food reflects their wisdom. They eat slowly, and they stop before they are completely full, around 80%. Not because they are forced to, but because they understand balance is the key to long life. And perhaps the most powerful thing you notice is this: they are never alone. They stay connected. They share life with others. They build strong relationships because they know loneliness is heavier than age, and connection is what keeps the heart young. So they don't ask, "When will I retire?" They ask, "What can I do today that gives my life meaning?" Because at the center of everything is purpose, a reason to wake up, a reason to move, a reason to live. And slowly you realize something life-changing. Their youth is not protected by medicine or money. It is protected by purpose. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Stay active. Never fully retire. 2. Take life slowly. 3. Eat moderately. 80% rule. 4. Build strong social connections. 5. Live with purpose. Chapter 2. Anti-Aging Secrets. The Mind That Never Gets Old. In another part of Japan, researchers discovered something fascinating. They studied people who lived beyond 100 years, not just surviving, but living with energy, clarity, and joy. At first, they expected to find a secret diet or a special exercise routine. But what they found was something deeper. It wasn't just what these people ate, it was how they lived and how they thought. These people didn't carry stress in their hearts. They didn't rush through life like everything was urgent or falling apart. They lived calmly, lightly, almost as if they trusted life. Even in old age, their minds were alive. They kept learning new things, having conversations, sharing stories, and staying curious about the world. Because for them, growing old didn't mean becoming inactive. It meant continuing to grow in a different way. They didn't wait for happiness to come someday. They created it daily, in small habits, small conversations, small moments. They stayed connected with people around them because they understood something powerful. Isolation doesn't just make you feel alone, it slowly weakens your spirit. And when difficult moments came, as they always do in life, they didn't panic, they didn't overreact, they chose calmness. They accepted life as it is, instead of fighting against it. They lived lightly, not carrying unnecessary emotional weight. And slowly you realize something important. Aging is not just about the body getting older. It is about how the mind chooses to respond to life. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Maintain a positive mindset. 2. Reduce stress daily. 3. Keep your mind active. 4. Follow healthy habits. 5. Stay socially connected. Chapter 3. From logotherapy to Ikigai, Finding Meaning in Pain. There was a man who went through one of the darkest experiences a human can face. His name was Viktor Frankl. He lost everything, comfort, freedom, even the people he loved. Yet in the middle of that suffering, he discovered something that changed how we understand life forever. He realized that even in pain, life still has meaning. He saw that the people who survived, not just physically, but emotionally, were not the strongest or the smartest. They were the ones who had a reason to live, a purpose. While everything around them was uncertain, they focused only on what they could control, their thoughts, their actions, their response. They didn't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They asked, "What can I do with this moment?" And that small shift changed everything. Pain didn't disappear, but it stopped being meaningless. Struggle didn't break them, it shaped them. They took responsibility for their lives, even in the worst situations. They didn't blame life, they didn't give up control of their mindset. And slowly, something powerful happened. Suffering turned into strength. Hardship turned into growth. Life, even in difficulty, became worth living. And that is where Ikigai connects deeply with this idea. Because Ikigai is not just about happiness in easy times, it is about having a reason to keep going even when life is hard. And when you have that reason, even pain begins to make sense. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Life's meaning comes from purpose. 2. Suffering can be meaningful. 3. Focus on what you can control. 4. Responsibility gives life value. 5. Purpose drives happiness. Chapter 4. Flow. When time disappears. There are moments in life when everything else fades away. No stress, no worries, no overthinking. Just you and what you are doing. Time slows down, or sometimes it disappears completely. Hours feel like minutes. This state has a name. It is called flow. In Japan, especially among people who live long and meaningful lives, this is not something rare. It is part of their daily routine. You will see them working in gardens, cooking meals, painting, writing, or doing simple tasks, but with complete attention. Not distracted, not rushed, fully present. They are not doing it for perfection. They are not doing it for reward. They are doing it because they enjoy the process itself. Because when you are fully engaged in something you love, something changes inside you. Your mind becomes quiet. Your focus becomes sharp, and life starts to feel lighter. They choose activities that match their skills, not too easy to become boring, not too difficult to become stressful. Just enough challenge to keep them engaged. And slowly, distractions disappear. No phones, no unnecessary noise, no pressure, just deep focus. And in that moment, something powerful happens. Happiness is no longer something you are chasing in the future. It becomes something you are experiencing right now. You are not thinking about life, you are living it. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Focus deeply on one task. 2. Do what you love. 3. Match challenge with skill. 4. Remove distractions. 5. Enjoy the process. Chapter 5. Masters of Longevity. Lessons from a Long Life. In different parts of the world, there are people who don't just live longer, they live better. Their lives are not filled with luxury or complexity. In fact, the more you observe them, the more you notice how simple everything is. But inside that simplicity, there is a powerful way of living. Even in old age, they remain active. They move their bodies, take care of daily tasks, and stay involved in life. They don't sit and wait for time to pass. They participate in it. And something else stands out. They never stop learning. No matter what their age, they stay curious. They ask questions, try new things, and keep their minds engaged. Because for them, growth doesn't have an age limit. Their daily routine is not complicated, but it is consistent. They wake up, do small, meaningful tasks, connect with people, and repeat it every day, not out of pressure, but out of habit. They don't try to control everything in life. They don't chase perfection. They keep things simple. And because of that, their minds stay light. They choose optimism, not because life is always easy, but because they understand that mindset shapes experience. They don't wait for happiness to arrive someday in the future. They create it in small daily actions, a conversation, a walk, a simple routine. And slowly, you realize something powerful. Longevity is not just about adding years to life. It is about adding life to years. That is why for them, age is just a number, not a limitation. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Stay physically active. 2. Keep learning always. 3. Maintain simple routines. 4. Stay optimistic. 5. Live with purpose. Chapter 6. Lessons from Okinawa, the island of long life. There is a place in Japan where people don't just live long, they live together. That place is Okinawa, often called the island of long life. But when you look closely, you realize something deeper. It's not just about how long they live, it's about how connected they are while living. From a young age, people here grow up in close communities. Everyone knows each other. Everyone looks out for each other. No one feels invisible. No one feels left behind. They form small groups called moai, lifelong circles of friends who support each other through everything, through good times and difficult times. Because here, life is not meant to be lived alone. Their food is simple, mostly vegetables, light meals, and small portions. They don't eat to impress, they eat to nourish. But beyond food and routine, there is something even more powerful. They practice gratitude daily, for life, for food, for people around them. They stay connected to traditions, small rituals, cultural habits, and ways of living that give them a sense of identity and belonging. And perhaps the most beautiful thing is this: they treat each other like family, even when they are not related by blood. They support, they listen, they stand together. And slowly you understand their real secret. It is not just about health, it is about belonging. Because when you feel that you belong somewhere, life automatically becomes stronger, longer, and more meaningful. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Community is essential. 2. Stay engaged in daily life. 3. Practice gratitude. 4. Follow traditions. 5. support each other. Chapter 7. The Ikigai Diet. Eating for life, not just taste. In Okinawa, food is not just something you eat, it is something you respect. Here, meals are not rushed. There is no hurry, no distraction, no overeating. People sit down, take their time, and truly experience their food. They eat slowly, mindfully, with awareness. And most importantly, they stop before they are completely full, around 80%. Not because they are forced to, but because they understand their body doesn't need more. They don't eat until they feel heavy, they eat until they feel light. Their plates are simple, yet full of life. Fresh vegetables, small portions of fish, natural, unprocessed food. No excess, no unnecessary complexity. Every meal is balanced, colorful, and clean. They drink green tea, not sugary drinks. They avoid overeating, not through strict rules, but through discipline and habit. And slowly, you begin to notice something deeper. They don't use food to escape stress, boredom, or emotions. They don't eat because they are tired or because they are anxious. They eat because their body needs nourishment. Because for them, food is not entertainment, it is energy, it is life. And that simple shift changes everything. Their bodies stay light, their minds stay clear, their energy stays strong, even as they grow older. And you realize something powerful. It's not just about what you eat, it's about how you eat and why you eat. Because when you respect your body takes care of you for life. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. 1. Eat more vegetables. 2. Avoid overeating. 3. Keep meals simple. 4. Drink green tea. 5. Maintain balanced nutrition. Chapter 8. Gentle Movements, the Secret Exercise of Longevity. In Okinawa, you will notice something very different. People don't sit still for long, not because they are forced to move, but because movement is simply part of who they are. Even in their 80s and 90s, you will see them walking slowly, working in their gardens, stretching their bodies, or doing small daily tasks. Nothing extreme, nothing exhausting, just simple, natural movement. They don't believe in pushing the body to its limits. They don't chase intense workouts or short bursts of motivation. Instead, they choose consistency. They move every day in small ways without pressure. Because for them, exercise is not a task, it is a lifestyle, a quiet habit that blends into everyday life. And something powerful happens because of this. Their bodies stay flexible, their joints stay active, their energy keeps flowing. They don't feel stuck because they never truly stop moving. And you realize something important. The body is designed to move, not to sit still. When you stop moving, life slowly becomes heavy. But when you keep moving, even gently, life stays light. Because in the end, it's not intense effort for a few days that creates health. It is consistent movement for a lifetime. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. Number 1, move your body daily. Number 2, practice light exercise. Number 3, stay flexible. Number 4, build consistent habits. Number 5, avoid sedentary lifestyle. Chapter 9. Wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection. In Japan, there is a quiet philosophy that doesn't try to impress you. It simply asks you to see differently. It is called wabi-sabi. At first, it sounds simple. Nothing is perfect. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing is complete. But the deeper you understand it, the more it changes how you see life. In a world that constantly tells you to be perfect, to look perfect, to have a perfect life, wabi-sabi gently says, let it go. Because perfection is not real, and chasing it only creates stress, comparison, and dissatisfaction. People who live with this philosophy don't try to fix every flaw. They accept it. They don't fear aging. They respect it. Wrinkles are not something to hide. They are a story of a life fully lived. Change is not something to resist. It is something to embrace. Because everything in life is temporary. Moments come and go. People change. Life evolves. And instead of fighting that truth, they live peacefully with it. They find beauty in simplicity, in imperfection, in things that are real, not perfect. And slowly, something inside them becomes lighter. No pressure to be perfect, no stress to control everything, just acceptance. And you realize something powerful. When you stop fighting reality, you finally start living. Because peace doesn't come from controlling life, it comes from accepting it. Remember what we learned in this chapter? It's this. Number 1, accept imperfection. Number 2, be emotionally strong. Number 3, adapt to change. Number 4, let go of stress. Number 5, find beauty in simplicity.
Chapter 10. Finding your Ikigai, your personal reason to live. At the center of every human life, there is a question most people never stop to truly ask. Why do I wake up every morning? Because deep inside every person, there is something unique waiting to be discovered. Something you love. Something you are naturally good at. Something the world actually needs. And something that can support your life. When these 4 things slowly come together, a powerful clarity is born. That is called Ikigai. But here is something most people don't understand. Ikigai is not something you suddenly find one day like a treasure. It is something you build, slowly, over time, through experience. People who discover their Ikigai are not chasing shortcuts or empty success. They are not running behind money, status, or approval alone. Instead, they follow what feels meaningful, even if it is small, even if it is not perfect, even if no one notices it at first. They take small steps every day. They try, they fail, they learn, they grow, and slowly something changes inside them. Life stops feeling like a routine you have to survive and starts feeling like a journey you actually want to live. Because when you live with Ikigai, you are not just existing anymore, you are alive with purpose. Remember what we learned in this chapter. It's this. 1. Discover what you love. 2. Identify your strengths. 3. Create value for others. 4. Follow your passion. 5. Take action daily.
Conclusion of this book is the real secret of life. And now you've seen it. Not just a book, but a completely different way of living. A life where people don't rush to escape aging. They learn how to live deeply inside every stage of it. Where health is not just about food, but about balance. Where happiness is not a destination, but a daily practice. Where success is not measured only by money, but by meaning. This is what Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, teaches us. A simple idea, but a powerful truth. Life becomes beautiful when you have a reason to live it. Because in the end, it's not about living longer, it's about living fully. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for everything to be figured out. Start small. Stay active. Stay connected. Stay curious. And keep searching for what makes you feel alive. Because your Ikigai is not far away. It is built in your everyday choices. And maybe, just maybe, the moment you start living with purpose is the moment your real life begins. If you found this summary helpful, hit like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more life-changing book insights. Thank you for listening to this book summary, and we can't wait to see you in the next book summary. Which habit are you going to start today? Let us know below.